Well, good morning, everyone. It is currently 9 minutes till 6, and like the caption says, I literally have nothing else to do. So, what I'm most likely gonna do, depending on how I feel, of course, this is a Q&R, so I will read down all of your questions. Okay. But I'm going to debate whether to make this as well as either a gameplay or show a little bit of what I'm working on right now. So again, haven't thought of it yet, but we'll see where it goes from there. I'll start with the first question. What anime did I like? That is actually a pretty good question because, well, there are many animes I like. For starters, I know people don't count this as an anime. I'm counting it as an anime. Y'all can sue me for this. My favorite has always been Sonic X. And believe me when I say this, yeah, the writing could have been a little bit better. I get the idea why they added Chris Thorndike, but let's be real. If you haven't seen it, or you're barely finishing season 2, you will see this kid was a massive pain in the tender. Like a very massive pain. Dude literally made it about himself. Like it wasn't even that funny. Like I can't even make that up. Others that I also like include let's see, there's also Dragon Ball, specifically the entirety of Dragon Ball from beginning to Super to whatever the hell is there now. I will admit Jujutsu Kaisen is pretty good. It's pretty good. I like it personally. Sword Art Online, a lot of people have moments they didn't like it. Personally, I don't see it for like the wrong reasons. I see it because it's kind of like a life that I would want to live, but minus the whole being trapped in the freaking world for a long ass time. I forget how long they've been trapped in the world, in the games. But I think I want to get into a few that I wanted to see. I wanted to get into Bleach. I want to try getting into Fairy Tail. If there are any other recommendations you guys can probably go for, I'm all ears. How am I doing today? I'm healing. That's the best way to describe it. I'm healing because like I'd say 2 days ago, I had the flu. So that sucked. Sucked bad. I mean, I'm still recovering. So mostly we've just been eating soup because yeah, thank you. It was 2 years Sword Art Online. What have I been up to lately? Well, I've currently been working on remastering episodes 1 and 2 of A New Life on Sodor. I'm gonna turn my mic up just a bit because I feel like I'm speaking too loud. Like I said, it's like nearly 6 o'clock in the morning, so I got nothing else to do. Yeah, I'm currently remastering episodes 1, 2, maybe 3 if we finish episode 1. of a new life on Sodor. So, what is going to be different about these episodes specifically? First off, episode 1, I know that we had issues with audio. That was before I even knew how to use the audio what's it called? The audio program known as Audacity. I had no idea how to use it, so that was on me. We are also gonna make the story a little bit more bigger. We're gonna add a story to Eagle, or the red engine, I guess you call him, or whatever you guys call him, but you know who I'm talking about. We're gonna talk about Alfred Croven, because if you guys remember short 4, how Alfred comes back, Alfred voiced by Andrew Lego. Shout out to him. He's a really good guy. How Lady says, like, oh, I know that you were just trying to be really useful, but you did it in this arrogant way, so I'm giving you another chance to live. He is going to come back. I promise you that. Later on throughout the series, Alfred is going to come back. Where that takes place specifically, it's supposed to take place a week before what we plan to do, which is the Tapmar question. I'm sorry, the Tapmar remake. We plan to do the Tapmar remake at some point. I'm also planning to redo episode 2 because I didn't feel for it, like, at all. Like, I literally just copied The Adventure Begins. That's it. But voices are going to change. I'll admit that for a fact. Story is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be more of what I want it to be. And then episode 3, I haven't figured out what I might do for episode 3 yet, but at some point I might get the entire cast, past and present, or at least present, to do all the episodes. That I haven't thought of that yet. I don't know if we're going to do that or not. Hold on, there was another question here. I didn't get to see it. Okay, so I've not played Friday Night Funkin'. I guess, like, what is it? I guess after when they made some of the games for it, I think, like, some of the mods for it, some questionable, some don't catch my interest. The only few that did were the Thomas Railway Showdowns and the Big Engine Brawl. I already beat those. Sorry. Oh, okay. Big Engine Brawl, I beat, but I didn't 100 it. So yeah, because I can't play it like how the others do. Like, if I was to play it and you guys just start seeing me spam buttons, that's literally me just, like, going at it, just like, crap, I can't do it. I'm gonna lose it. Okay. One of the backstories for Alfred, Croven, and Eagle, we switched it up a little bit. So we had taken ideas from Thomas 1, Edward 2, Henry 3, and we also took an idea from Mr. A, the Hedgehog, but we made it a little bit more different. So I'm not going to give into details completely, but you are going to see later on what I mean by what did we change. Alfred and Croven were already on Sodor long before me and 18 will be there. So they will be they'll be there. And the timeline for them is going to take place specifically 1930. No, I'm sorry. Let me look at the script real quick, because I forget. And it's, like I said, it's early in the morning, so please bear with me. Uh, nope. No. Okay. So the story for them is going to take place 1942 time wise. Um so they were already there before we were. If I have any new characters, I do, but I don't have anything planned yet. I want to remaster at least episodes 1 and 2 and then work on episode 10, which is going to be the season finale for the series. So far, the stories that I have planned for season 10, episode 10, sorry, are The Runaway, specifically the beginning where Thomas gets ill, which then it transitions to Birdie's chase. It goes back to the ending of The Runaway, and then it's going to go with I had these written down and I forget. All I know is I think it might end with a Christmas story. I'm thinking the Thomas, Percy, and the Christmas party. No, I'm sorry. Mrs. Kindly's Christmas party or Thomas's Christmas party, whatever they called it. But I know it had something to do with Mrs. Kindly. So when we finish season 1, I'm gonna make it like one big DVD or VHS, depending on what you grew up with. I'm going to make it exactly like how it was. So it's going to have the updated episodes. Like I said, I might get the cast to redo all the lines that they have their characters because Percy and James, I swapped their characters. I swapped their voices out. So yeah. And then when we transition into season 2, the first episode, we're going to have Donald and Douglas. And a very special plan in mind. Like I said, I'm not giving details. How did I acquire Enterprising Engines 93? I kid you not, I literally just asked him on Twitter. Literally just said, hey, Enterprising Engines 93, love your work. Hey, question, do you want to voice Edward in my series? He literally just said yes. That was it. And I'm going to throw this out there right now. I know that I was using AI for like a vast majority of the episodes. Understand that when I say this, I just wanted to try out the series. I wanted to see how far it would go, and some of the voices that I had planned for them, a few people couldn't hit. Like, for example, Knuckles. His voice is literally based off of Idris Elba. After a while, I got so tired of using AI, I just said, you know what? Screw it. I'll voice Tails. Knuckles. Fucking hell. Then after on with Amy, I had a friend of mine, Butterfly Muse 33, Courtney Long, shout out to her. She volunteered to be Amy Rose because, people were shitting on me for AI. Was not fun. And honestly, looking back, I probably could have had someone voice Amy. But the person that did, or the person that wanted to voice Amy, they didn't do so well the first time. Sorry. Sorry, I have coffee right here. And other characters like 21, 17, 18 a few times. I didn't feel confident when I voiced 18 because it literally just sounds like a higher version of me. So I'm trying to work on her voice, but a guy playing a girl, it's kind of hard in a sense. I know most can do it. I applaud them. But yeah. It's not as easy as I thought it would be. Um, yes, a few characters will be mentioned, similar to like how Alistair was. Um, the reason why he was just on the radio at the time, I didn't have exactly an idea for him of like what he used to be. And be advised, all the characters did not show up in the show until me and 18 got there, which was, I think, 1944. I need to check the script again because okay, I didn't specifically put it down, but basically it was supposed to take place after the war, or specifically after World War II. So if you guys know your history, you know when that happened. I mean, there were. What is it? What do you think if Dudley was the same character as Diesel 10? It wouldn't necessarily work out for two reasons. For starters, Dudley is actually based off of an LNER. I forget what he is, but he's cousin to Gordon, Spencer, and Ryan. He was made by Sir Nigel Gresley. I need to ask my friends about it. I remember it, but I don't remember it at the time. But I think he's based off of an A2. I think I could be wrong. So it would be impossible for them to convert literally a steam engine, which was Dudley's class, into a BR Warship 42. I will give this one fact about Diesel 10. I'm going to give this one fact about Diesel 10. For starters, I gave Diesel 10 a name. And for the record, it's not what Victor Tanzik had. It's not Joshua. Oh wait, shit. Never mind. It is Joshua. Yeah, it's Joshua. But I didn't do it for Victor Tanzik's sake. I did it because Captain Nancy, who is being played by a friend of mine, Royal Blue. Yeah, Royal Blue. She actually is named Nancy. So she wanted to be in the series. I said, sure, but we'd have to make something for you. So she went with the idea that she was the captain, general, or whatever you want to call it, of the 110th Platoon, the Blue Blazing Bonnets, specifically because she likes blue bonnets. I know I am ranting a lot, but like I am honestly trying to trying to keep myself awake. Like, let's be real, folks. Coffee isn't going to do anything. Anyway, she has a family member that is named Joshua, so it makes more sense. I will give this one small fact about Joshua, however, and that is his claw, Diesel 10's claw, was in fact made by Dr. Eggman. If you guys remember episode 5, the vandalized signal box at Crosby Station, where do you think Eggman got those? Why do you think Eggman vandalized the Crosby Station? The Crosby signal box? And furthermore, if you keep your eye carefully, why was Diesel 10 in a couple places that were, close to Sodor? the workshop where Percy was found was actually a couple miles away from Sodor, specifically Vickerstown, and it wasn't Barrow-in-Furness. I forget what it was supposed to be, but I haven't thought of it yet. I mean, so far I've been doing good. The day's literally just started. I'm a little tired right now, but I literally have nothing else to do when it comes to entertainment. And it's not to say like I'm bone dry of entertainment or I'm lacking, but I I don't have anything else to do, so just figure, how do they say it in the Amazing World of Gumball? Make the most of it. Any other questions you guys have for me? Don't be shy. I promise you, I will try my best to answer all of them. And if I don't have an answer for them, don't worry. I'm not avoiding your question, but I can't think of an answer. Will Hatsune Miku appear? Surprisingly, yes. Hatsune Miku is going to appear. I haven't figured out what though. I haven't figured out when though. But I'm also making this announcement right now, and I already made an announcement on a Google post, on the YouTube post. Hatsune Miku's voice is going to be AI. I know, shocking, but please understand that when I say this, it's not that I can't find a voice actor that can automatically speak Japanese and still sound like Hatsune Miku. It's more for the fact that she is literally a computer AI. So, it kind of be shooting yourself in the foot not to technically take that opportunity. Y'all can hate, but don't care, because it's the only option we literally have that I can think of. Um, as for Croven, Eagle, and Alfred, were they sent away? Only one of them was, but I'm gonna let you figure that one out because, like I said, I'm currently working on the episode right now, actually, as we speak. But if I were to tell you, see, that would ruin the fun. Because for starters, you'd have to watch short 4 of the series. That gives one clue. The second clue being, why was Alfred the only one saved? Where was Croven? I don't specifically tell you where he was because, well, I know where he was, but I don't know where, if that makes sense. 3406. What else? Furthermore, actually, I'm going to show you guys like a really clever trick I can do with myself, or specifically, what's one thing I fixed. So right now, this is technically a movie Sonic model that I have been using for a while. I do plan to switch at some point, but I haven't figured out what model I'm using. I'm going to open his left eye. Okay, so as you can see, the eye is currently green. See, that's not going to work because, for starters, it's a green screen with a green eye, and that was the biggest mistake I've made, which is kind of why I'm redoing the whole thing. And my eyes are brown. So what I do is I click add override material, go to show an element viewer, model, find the category that says eyes, add attribute, and put in for string, I put in $base texture. Now you're going to see the eye turn black like that. That means that it's waiting for a different file that I have preset. I copy the original file name, paste it, and then I just put what I have set for it, and bada bing, boom. Now my eyes are brown. So yeah, that's a little fun trick. How long do I plan to continue my series? I haven't thought about it, if I'm being completely honest, because when I do end it, it is going to end a really, really, like, a way you're not going to expect it. And it will most likely mentally kill me. So just be prepared. That's the only advice I can give. Thank you. Dang. Oh well, never mind. There's a model I was looking for, but they don't have it. Not well. They were on loan. Yes, all 6 engines were on loan. But it's depending on how they work. Because, well, I'm going to throw this out because you guys already know this. Edward, Henry, and Gordon get bought. Not because of how really useful they were or how they did their work without complaining and stuff like that. They were chosen because, surprisingly, their buyers put them at good prices. In a sense, the Furnace Red technically gave Edward for a low price. Gordon was given to the Fat Controller because his grandfather, the Fat Director, technically, was good friends with Sir Nigel Gresley and knew about him. So Sir Nigel Gresley gave Gordon as a gift. Henry, well, how do I put this in a way that makes sense? Henry is the fault of a scam artist. Yeah, the men who built him, after they built Henry and they sold him to the Fat Controller for a reasonable price, when the Fat Controller ended up finding out that the workshop wasn't even a real place, he tried to track them down only to find that they had gone MIA. Well, yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. He wasn't he's technically stolen plans off of Sir Nigel Gresley. So he's based off of an LNER A2 and a C6. But the problem is they lied to him and said, "Hey, we worked on the GNR. We've got an engine for you that we think you might like. All it takes is just this many pounds and he's yours." By the time that they made the purchase, Henry came to Sodor. They realized he's not an Atlantic. The Fat Controller tried to track them down, and well, they kind of just went MIA. So they are either presumed dead or arrested. Yeah, that is it's not fun. However, oh, that felt weird. However, I will admit one small thing, one incredible thing actually. Ryan knows about Henry. He knows who built him, but he doesn't know where they are. And he doesn't remember their names. He just remembers calling them, like the director, the manager, whatever it is that engines called their chiefs or their managers, I guess. But Ryan was there at one point when they were building Henry. I'm going to admit that right now, or I'm going to actually make that official. He was there when they built Henry, but he's got no memory. He has no memory of about Henry. Specifically, he has no memory about Henry ever being built, but he knows who he was because Henry was always called the Engine. It was never given an official name until somebody gave it to him, presumably someone whose name is Henry. I'm actually going to go farther down the track when I say this. Ideas that I actually have some ideas written down here for the Thomas and the Magic Railroad remake. We're going to try and make it into a really big movie, so it'll take a lot of animation and it'll take a lot of time. I've been mostly waiting for them to finish up when it comes to build remodeling Diesel 10, um, Thomas, and some of the other engines because there are some I will need. And I will tell you this, it is going to take place it is going to be an all on Locos Online or whatever the hell they call it. I still call it Sodor Online. Eat your heart out, Mattel. So I'm going to at least read down some of them. Not going to read all of them because I don't want to give everything out, but at least some that I think might sound pretty good. So for starters, Captain Nancy and Lady the Magical Engine are in sync. Yes, that is right. Nancy and Lady are in sync. What does that mean specifically? Well, it means that it's kind of like if any of you watch Dragon Ball, it's like the similarities of Piccolo and Kami because they're both technically the same. They're both from the same person, I guess you can say. If one dies, so does the other. In this case, because Captain Nancy has been MIA for a long ass time, no one knows where she's been. Some just assume that she just disappeared. because no one knows where she is, lady's magic just fades, and no one knows what to do. Another idea. Monica gives Sonic, me, an upgrade to make me powerful. What this means is that I'm actually going to switch forms. I'm going to switch from my movie look and switch it to something different. I don't know what specifically. I'm still debating. Either I use a different model or something better. Like I said, I'm still spitballing ideas here. This idea I actually got from someone on TikTok because they made an audio for this, and I actually liked it with a passion. Gold dust can be able to weaken Diesel 10's Diesel 10's power, or in this case, it can weaken Diesel 10's power source. It can weaken Dr. Eggman's machines. Yeah, that's I guess that's all I can think of at the moment. It's strong enough to kill Diesel 10's power supply as well. This one is definitely staying in because I already made a video about this a while back. So Sonic and Lady have a dark history with each other. So you are definitely going to see like snippets of what that's going to be. And that's all I have more, but I don't want to give all of it out. But that's what I have. So the personalities for each and every sixth lone engine, pretty much Alfred, Croven, and Gordon, all prideful with their egos. Eagle and Edward both had a similarity with each other. Like they both believe that hard work is better. Kind of like the saying of where, like, put your money where your mouth is, depending on like how hard you want to work. And Henry, think of Henry like I have it, but the way that I have it in mind, it's like so messed up. Like it sounds better in my head than out loud. Okay. I'm gonna just say it. Henry's personality is similar to a middle schooler with ADHD. So like he thinks what is it? He sees people laughing, but he thinks that everyone's laughing at him or they're judging him. In this case, because of with Gordon, Alfred, and Croven all making fun of Henry, he now believes that everybody else is making fun of him, but they're doing it in secret. Is it true Thomas and James? Yes, Thomas and James do have PTSD, but Thomas's is more severe than James. because you'll see, but you've all seen like the dark history behind Thomas's whistle. Thomas was taken by the German army and was held captive for like 3 weeks. And if you all remember Shed 17, I guess like when they were using the cutter's torches, they were technically using it on like his buffers, his chassis. They didn't use it on his whistle, but like parts where they believed would hurt him. And they did. So they were like brutally torturing the hell out of Thomas. They did put him back together all the right way and made him look like a German steam engine, which I guess if you want to be technical, uh black paint, like a black livery. I couldn't find anything for the wheels, so I might come up with something for that. But Thomas decides, because he sees an area that it looks risky, especially in snowy weather, he's like, okay, payback's a bitch. Blows his whistle loud enough that he's able to also uncouple from his train. All the engines can uncouple their trains, but he's able to at least make it to like his train is able to get toppled under this down the mountain cliff that they were mountain cliffside they were in. To which Thomas gets stuck in a tunnel because both the entrance and the exit are snowed up. So he's trapped in there and he doesn't know what to do. He hasn't been on his own. And he's scared. But James's trauma, it's mostly because yes, episode 3 it does show like he does get hit by a missile, but it only gets his tender. It never got him specifically. And James was also going through a lot when he found out his driver was killed. So that wasn't fun either. You'll also see like in the series as well, like a couple things do happen to James that might happen to like any soldier. Now see that's the funny thing. That's the funny thing because how do I put this? James is actually older than Thomas, but Thomas is more mature. Okay, more eager than James. But later on, he does get more mature about it. Um, excuse me. Okay, one other thing I will also mention. Episode 2, the one thing we fixed was the flashback that Sir Topham is talking about the old wooden break blocks. We know, I guess some of you might know like the actual story of like why wooden break blocks were a thing, but I purposely made it to where the military basically took a lot of metal materials and tools that they needed, for maintenance on the tracks, maintenance on weapons, machinery, uh, vehicles, I guess you can say. All of that. So they only had to use what they could. And when break blocks, not many people use because no one would ever put them to the limits. James being one of them because of the fact of the Lancashire Railway. Yeah, I'll admit that the Lancashire Railway does actually use them. And just down to one person. I wouldn't say that I'm surprised. Oh, wait, more people. Never mind. All right, welcome, other four. Basically, just read what the little slider says at the bottom. You can ask me any question just as long as it means, just as long as it either sticks to the series or anything I have planned. And I already answered them. So James is older than Thomas by 2 years, but Thomas was more mature during the war than James, which is why, like, you kind of see it a little, like how Thomas keeps James in place and uses certain phrases whenever James either steps out of line or he starts to panic because um James responds better this way. Not in a forceful manner, but in a way that's like, all right, just keep your cool, take a breather, you know what to do. You know, that kind of silly stuff. So yeah. Damn, I ran out of stuff to say real quick. That's fine. Um I probably have nothing else, but I'm sure something will turn up, hopefully. Um, Damn, I really thought I had more ideas in my head. I think it's just probably early in the morning. I'll give it like maybe a couple more minutes, see what happens. Mm. Oh, wait. Yeah, there's someone new. Oh, two more. Wow. Well, if you guys read the little dialogue at the bottom, you guys can ask any question as long as it involves, well, the series, what I plan to do, anything, just as long as it's friendly. So, yeah, have fun with that. Oh, they're gone. Oh, I'll try. Ugh. Yeah, I got nothing else. Uh, welcome, new person. Welcome. It really needs to show like who entered the chat, I guess. I feel like that's something SteamYard needs to do. They need to add like a little option where it says, "Hey, this person entered in the chat," or something like that. Like something that Twitch does. Oh yeah, and I'm not going back to Twitch. I mean, like it was fun and all, but after hearing what happened with TwitchCon and all that, I'm like, no, forget that. I ain't doing Twitch no more. And I also forgot my login for Twitch, so yeah. Okay, I'll probably answer a couple more questions and then that's it. Because, well, barely people show up. I think it's just because it's just early in the morning. Wow. I say that I'm literally just going to answer one more question and more people come in. I should really do that more often. No, that's too mean, even for me. Oh yeah, Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I heard they added Pac-Man and the four ghosts. It's actually pretty cool. I never actually expected them to show up. To be honest, I honestly thought, I don't know, they never would make it. I guess, but it's kind of cool that it was kind of cool that they added Pac-Man and the ghost. What is it? I heard that Tangle and Whisper getting added. That's pretty cool. I want to make it where you show up as well, but I don't know exactly where I can find specific models in the series, like for the series. Actually, I don't even think I ever checked. Hi, there are models for. Oh no, wait, yeah, I already got a model for Tangle. What about Whisper? And I have one for Whisper. Okay. I didn't even know that I didn't even know I had models for them. I just assumed that I didn't have models for Whisper or Tangle. But yeah, at some point, Tangle and Whisper, they maybe might show up depending on depending on like how many people want to see them. A better way I can probably describe it. I'm actually going to show this to you because I actually want to show you guys like what I did when I came up with the idea for my thing. What is it for like Thomas the Legend That Could? So this is my screen right now. These are all my videos. If you click here, because this is on the YouTube Studios. If you click right here for inspiration, it gives you guys ideas depending on like what you've searched, what other people have seen, what you have made, all of that. And depending on how much you want to do it for, like depending on how far you actually want to go down so you can actually see it. Like 'cause some of these are actually based off of like videos that some people have seen, what I've looked up and other stuff. So like you never know. I mean, I guess well, I guess this one makes sense. I'm gonna save that one. But yeah, this is where I came up with it, and all the ideas that I save, I keep them here. Keep them here in a category of videos that I plan to see or like I plan to do. And it helps out a lot because if you have like no idea what to do for your for like content, these actually help you come up with ideas, and they also help you with like what you can do, what people probably want to see, what you've looked up, and other stuff like that. And it does help depending on depending on what you want to do with your content. And yeah. Okay, like I said before, I will answer one last question depending on who asks. I will answer like a couple last questions and then I will end the stream because I have nothing else planned at all. Oh, that was quick. Yes, Alfred does change his ways. Alfred does indeed change his ways. Croven will eventually come back, but how do I put this? Croven, no one will remember Croven. He will look, I guess, like he will. I guess people will remember Croven, but like some of the engines will look at him and go, "Who's that?" And only Gordon, Henry, and Edward they'll look at Croven and go, "Oh boy, here we go for round two." Um, I guess that's it for now. I don't have anything else planned, and we're already doing this for like an hour. What is it? Tune in later on today. I might do like a little bit of gameplay. Might play some Sonic Rumble maybe, or I might play something like I'll play a Sonic game, see how far it goes. Or tell me what you guys think. At least just comment down like what game I should play for later today, and we'll see where it goes. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning into the stream. Thank you all for keeping this series going. Thank you all for making sure that I do not, I don't give up, because in truth, there are times I felt like I was going to give up. And yeah, I guess that's it. So thank you all for tuning in. I will see you all later today. See you later.